Okay, so this video is going to be part of this playlist, which is preparation for technique number 8. It's not the technique itself, it's preparation for the technique, because the whole idea of doing the technique is for you to remember who you really are. That's the reason for doing any technique. Didn't you know that? Techniques are like getting on a bicycle that has training wheels. And then you finally realize, wait a second, I ride great. I've always ridden great. Exactly. You are a God sentient being, okay, whose will, your will, which is that's your intention, is your master command code. And the ether is waiting for your command. Hello? So your intention is everything. This construct is held together by what? Intention. It continues through what? Intention. What is that intention? Love. It really is. The love that you have always been. Remember that. Above all things, remember that. It's the catalyst for all of creation, because creation takes place through joy and love, not through hardship, not through conflict, through joy. And it's overcoming through your joy and love. Being put in a situation like this, and a lot of things I've been going through and had gone through within this incarnation, wow. It's taken quite a bit. And ultimately, through joy and love, it squeaks its way through. A lot to be said about that. A lot to be said. And that what is to be understood is truly to be understood once one goes outside of this field. And we, as all creation, connect as the family that we are, realize the significance of the things that we've experienced and have gone through. At the time, perhaps really didn't understand, because of coming here within this world and being blank slated. So, blank slated when you come into this incarnation. Why is that? Okay, so we're going to focus on the natural navel, because this is going to come up within the technique. So, the natural navel and the E Umbi, okay, E Umbi or Umbi, doesn't really matter, tomato, tomato. What's important is understanding what it is. Okay, so the natural navel, not where it's located here. This is not the natural position for it, okay? Right there, you can see an indentation. All right, now let's go up right here to where the breastbone plate, and right there, right where the stomach's at. That is where the natural navel should be. This is the E Umbi, okay? This is where that's at. And let's take a look at the 12-point grid. All right, the Kathara. All right, so signet center number 5 is where the E Umbi is. That's where it's located within the manifest template. That's what the grid is. It's a manifest template. Okay, so looking at that, we can see this is where also the natural navel would be located. And the significance of this is when we have this ordered structure, okay, within the Kathara grid, within our manifest template, it allows for us to be able to have access to higher bands of consciousness. In other words, when we come in as a incarnate, we don't lose the connection of our pre-existence that comes with us. We don't forget everything like we've done here. And the reason why we've forgotten here, or at least in part, is because of the mutation that has occurred. Like I said, here's the, come back to me here. Okay. This is where the navel's at, right? It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be up here. Right? So because of the mutation, and which has resulted in the manifestation of the body in this way, okay, it doesn't allow for that higher awareness of self and soul self to come through. That awareness is not there. Our pre-existence of who we are is not there because the connection has been altered. A mutation has occurred. This has created a phase lock. Again, emphasizing phase lock, meaning it is not allowing for that awareness to be there or to be able to flow into the vessel because of the mutation. And that mutation is referred to as the checkerboard mutation. Okay, that's for another video that will be part of this playlist. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, if you haven't shared, share. If you have shared, continue to share, like, ad infinitum. Okay, so like I mentioned before, 13 years here. I've done this for 13 years. It's the reason why it hasn't grown. You got me, because it shouldn't be based on anything that I have or haven't done. But it is the way it is. And I would say probably less than 3% of 6,500 subscribers that I do have, whatever that means, less than 3% actually participate. Okay? 67, based on my analytics, 67% to 70% of the people who watch this channel, and I've known some of them to actually take some of my material. You know, I don't mind things being taken, but I would actually like people to ask first. That's just, especially within so-called spiritual communities. Come on now. Just ask, or at least give credit where credit's due, you know. 67 to 70% are not subscribed. Well, here's the thing, folks. I've given more than I could ever give or think that I could ever give in order to be doing what I've been doing on this channel for 13 years. And I can't do it without you. And I'm just going to leave it at that. If you want it to go to the, if you want this to crash and just kind of just end with what it's been doing, then continue to do very little, because that's really what's been taking place. And I'm not saying anything other than what is true. 13 years is a long time to be doing something and not have the result that would be just fair, a fair result. I've known people out there that have millions of subscribers, and they're still, within every video, asking for more subscribers. I just would love to have 2,000 subscribers who actually are consistent with being part of this channel and being able to co-create with them. If it was that many, would be, gosh, we wouldn't have, I wouldn't even be talking to you about this now, would I? And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm not looking for brownie points. I'm not looking for a brand. I'm not looking for even recognition necessarily. I mean, it's important that what I do is understood as being me, because that's reflective of everybody. Give credit where credit's due and value where value is to be given. But I'd rather be behind the scenes. And most of what I've done within this life, whether it was with an entertainment ministry or whatever it is that I've done, I prefer to be in the background. I'm not really too big about saying, look at me. I'd rather not be out in front of the camera. Okay? I'm adding this here at the end because if things don't move forward as they should after all this time and all the things that I've gone through, I can't do it anymore. And I've come to that place a few times, and I've shared this before, yet I keep coming back. That's because I'm very tenacious. And the only reason why I'm in this incarnate state, should I say, or in this world, is because, man, I don't say no until a certain time where it doesn't really matter. So I'm asking you the question, does this matter? And if it does matter, there's links within the description for you to help, participate, co-create, support what's going on with this, share, promote, do what you can. And if it's not important to you, see you on the other side of the veil. All right, thanks, folks.